And as the music ends, it tells us once again it's time to start talking. Hello, Carol.
Hello, Boyd.
And hello, everybody, and welcome back to When Banks Say No, the podcast. This is episode 2. We're going to talk about startup funding options today. Carol, do you know anybody who's having trouble getting funding for their startup?
Oh, yes.
That's
Yes, a lot of people.
that's what we're here for. That's what we're here
Yes.
for. It is always difficult for startups to get money. Is it impossible? No,
No.
but it's pretty tough, right? We know that. The reason being, banks like to lend on history. And if you're a
Mhm.
startup, do you have business history? You don't.
No.
No,
Mhm.
you don't. And so it's very, very unlikely that they're going to give you any money to start your business.
Mhm.
Now, that's where we come in. We do have options for true startups, for pre-startups, even in that notorious pre-revenue stage where they haven't even incorporated yet. Maybe someone just has an idea. Maybe somebody is ready to move ahead, and they're just missing out on some funds. And so, startup
Mhm.
funding is what we do. And so, in fact, let me just kind of further clarify: from your first idea until 2 years of successful operation, you're a startup. Whether you've just
Mhm.
begun this business from scratch or you have bought a business and you did what's called an asset sale, no matter how old that business was, the moment you buy it, it's now your startup. And so all that credit history is gone. And that's kind of a scary time because you don't have that to lean on. So it's
Mhm.
important to get that business credit going right away, but that's a different discussion. So for startup funding, we are one of the few people we know of anywhere in the country that has options that are specifically for startups. So we get a lot of people saying, okay, OTRO, we see you. We understand you've got programs and funding for startups, but your rates have got to be really high, right? What do
Mhm.
we say to that, Carol?
No, actually, it's not. It's how about 0% of interest for at least 12 months sounds to you?
Hey, that sounds great. Tell me more
I,
about that.
I know, it's amazing. It's one of my favorites. Pretty flexible.
You
You
must be
know,
talking about the syndicated line of credit.
Yes, syndicated
Okay.
line of credit, or also well known as the SLOC.
SLOC. Okay. Tell me more.
Yes. So it's very flexible, and also it's available there when the bank says no. People don't know much about it, but yes, it's out there.
Okay.
No need for a business credit history, and it only falls onto your personal credit score and credit report, and the number usually, of course, what we ask is at least for 680 your score,
Credit score
your
680.
credit score 680.
Okay.
And when we say at least 12%, it's just not that option. It could be, we also seen 15 months at 0% of
Okay.
interest on credit cards,
12
and
months.
12, 15, 18, 24 rarely, but you
It
can
can
see
happen.
more. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you have this amazing funding option at 0% interest for at least a year, usually
Yes.
longer. How much money can someone get with this program?
Well, up to $120,000, and could be higher, but your credit score and report needs to be like amazing. So that should be like the highest that we've
Okay.
seen and that you can apply. Also, if you have a spouse and if you
There you
have a
go.
business partner, well, then double the chances. You can unite forces, and then
Exactly.
yeah, more money for your business.
So we had a very well qualified husband and wife team in South Carolina recently. We got them $340,000 through this
Yes.
program to
Mm-hmm.
open a Montessori school. And so
Mm-hmm.
$340,000, 0% interest for at least 12 months.
12
Okay.
months.
At least 12
Mm-hmm.
months. That's a pretty good program.
Yes. And if you applied for, and if you have kind of a credit business history before, and you want to try, because we had clients that says, oh, can we try, because I had a previous business, this is my new one, still kind of on the project right now, Can we try both? Of course, we can try to apply for both for your credit and your credit business first, and then your personal.
And if there's enough business history or
History.
business credit in the bank's opinion, then they can get some funding in the business name,
Yes.
which is always preferred because that helps to build the business credit. And that's really what we're after as business owners, right?
And for the new owners, that's
Mhm.
what they want.
Right. And if there's not enough business history to get them new cards in the business's name, it comes in whose name?
The personal, your
Personal
personal
name.
credit
Yep.
history, your personal name, which is a really good option if you're starting.
And it's the only option in some cases. So, and that's just kind of the way it is sometimes when you're starting up. You want all the benefits that the big banks can give you, but they just won't yet. And so sometimes you have to get some credit in your own name in order to get the business going. And
Yes.
that's just often how it is. Okay. So to review, you said, and this is all true, 0% interest,
Yes.
up at least 12
At
months,
least 12 months.
sometimes longer, up to $120,000 per person. Okay. Double your chances with a partner or a spouse. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Good. And that comes in the form of new credit, ideally in the name of the new company, or if not, then it'll come in to you personally.
Yes.
Okay. And
That's a really good option.
we have helped people get a lot of those. It's very, very popular. Yeah, very popular. Okay. So let me talk for a moment about another couple of options. If somebody if they want to, we can also look for what are called personal term loans for them. If they need money to start or buy a business, we can do term loans. And we have a unique software portal that allows us to get up to 50 non-obligatory loan offers, right? We have 3 different marketplaces we can go to. The first one, we just type in the information. It works off a soft pull. So we can present up to 50 loan offers for somebody to take a look at once. If there's nothing that they like there, we can go back and do it again in a different market. Yep. And we're working with companies like SoFi and Lightstream, and these are very well-reputed companies who are offering these term loans. So term loans can work, definitely. And we've seen even the people who get the term loans and the syndicated line of credit get the most money, right? Yep. So that if they really need a lot of funds to get started, that's an option.
Yes.
There's another one where it is built around your retirement funds. And we see this with, with all the layoffs that happen and when people suddenly find themselves without a job, that's a reflecting point for a lot of people. And they think, okay, what am I going to do? Is this now when I start my own business? That seems to be a common fallback for people. Like, well, now I'm going to take control of my own destiny and be my own person and start my own business.
Yeah. And we've seen a lot of veterans that have called us and it's like,
oh, that's true too.
Okay, I need to put my money. I need to see, start working on my future. And
Yep, that's true. So if somebody has a retirement account, and this is typically an IRA or a 401k that is being managed now by a previous employer, like let's say I lost my job yesterday, so my retirement account is now being managed by my previous employer. There's a program called the ROBS Act, ROBS, ROBS, that allows you to take a large chunk of that money and use it to invest in a new business that you're starting or buying. And it's far, far less expensive than if you were to just empty your 401k and pay the tax penalties and that really, really hurt. So it's called the ROBS Act. If you don't have to borrow money, don't borrow money, right? You can be your own bank and you can fund the purchase or starting of your own business with your own retirement funds. Now, there's a fourth thing, and this isn't actually something we do, of course, but I feel like it's worth mentioning. If somebody has equity in their home, a home equity line of credit is usually the cheapest and fastest thing they can do to get money out to start or buy a business. And some people love that idea. They're happy to tap into the equity in their house. And some people really say, no way, I'm never touching the house. The house is sacred. I'm not going to take any money out of it. and of course, we do not work with mortgages and home equity and for private residences, but it is something we suggest sometimes because
Yes.
you don't want to overlook an obvious option. Okay.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
did suggest that to a couple of people recently, and that was the best option for them as of right
Hmm.
now. So go for it.
Yeah. Exactly. Go for it. Get the cheapest, easiest money that you can.
Yeah.
So that home equity line of credit really is a good one if you have a home and you have equity and you want to
Mhm.
tap into it. Otherwise, that syndicated line of credit is probably the next cheapest next cheapest source of money that you can get.
Yes.
And then your Rob's Act and then your term loans.
I forgot something super important about the syndicated line of credit.
Oh, hit me.
And so, if you need to reapply because you still have a remaining balance and you need more money because, hey, your business is growing and you need to still hit that 2 year mark stronger,
Hmm.
well,
Hmm.
guess what? You can reapply it in the next 15 months. And each
15
15
months
months,
later,
you can do it. And if you still have, like, oh, I don't want to start paying a huge
interest rate.
interest rate, let's do a balance transfer and continue without paying those huge interest rates.
Exactly.
So it's win-win.
Yep. Because that's a common question we get is, well, what happens
Mhm.
at the end of my interest-free period?
Yeah.
Well, your interest-free period goes away, and the banks will charge what they normally charge.
Hmm.
But we tell our clients, you're only paying interest if you're not paying attention.
Hmm.
There's a way to avoid that. Ideally, get it all paid off in time, or like you said, every 15 months, we can
Hmm.
reapply. And
Yeah.
actually, the next time it's more likely to get even more funding because the banks
Yeah.
see, oh, lots of banks have given this person lots of cards with big credit limits, and it's easier for them to give more and more and more. So
Yeah.
it just gets easier to do that. So
Hmm.
who have we worked with very recently, just in the last day or two, where we finished out the SLOC
Hmm.
funding and had a happy result? Who was that?
Yes. Carolyn.
Hmm.
Yes, one of our clients from Indiana.
Carolyn from Indiana.
Yes, she is recently in the medical field, but she is
Hmm.
moving towards her own business and
Yep.
just thriving on the fix and flip,
Fix and
real estate
flips.
world.
Yep. Yep.
So he actually applied and cap for $44,000. That's what
Hmm.
how much he needed it. And
Hmm.
guess what? After applying for the syndicated line of credit, she actually was able to obtain more than she asked for.
That's true. She did. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the nice things that we do is before we begin, we have a nice AI system that will
Mm-hmm.
estimate for us how much we think we can get. And so we'll give people the chance to say, well, that might be more than I want.
Yeah.
So if they only want 50,000, fine, 50,000. And so in Carolyn's case, she thought through it carefully and said, I only want 44,000. So
Mm-hmm.
we put a cap on it,
Mm-hmm.
meaning a cap on our fee. We have a success fee that we charge when we find this new credit or cash for you. And
Mm-hmm.
so she actually got 50, but
Yes,
she didn't have to pay on anything above 44. So she was glad about that.
absolutely.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
She was glad
So
about that.
very successful story. It
Mhm.
was worth the process and learning and asking the questions, and it was great.
Yep.
We're happy for her.
We are happy for her. So,
Mhm.
in using the syndicated line of credit for fix and flips, it's
Mhm.
really not difficult at all because she's buying distressed homes or
Mhm.
very inexpensive homes, and you can often use a credit card to buy those homes.
Mhm.
Usually, a bank owns them or a city owns them, but you can often use a credit card to do that. And the syndicated line of credit comes in the form of new credit cards from major banks.
Mhm.
But it also has the flexibility to convert into cash if you need it. There's a
Mhm.
one-time small convenience fee to convert into cash in case somebody just simply requires cash. And so in
Mhm.
Carolyn's case, she can go buy a house with $44,000, and she has at least 12 months without any interest to work on that house, get the house to where it's ready to be sold or rented. So again, a very flexible option for her. And we
Mhm.
have a lot of people doing fix and flip who do like the syndicated line of credit for that purpose.
Yes, because
A
they need
long
that
time
cash
without interest.
flow.
They got
Mm-hmm.
they have the available credit and or cash and no interest for at least a year.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
not
guess
bad.
what? After those 2 years, banks are going to be knocking on her door, asking, like, giving her, offering options for her. So,
Exactly. Even
mhm.
refinance options so she can
Mhm.
avoid the big credit hit for sure. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Good. All right. So let's sum up then. There are three primary tools that we use to help startups get their funding. The first
Mhm.
one was the
Syndicated line of credit.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then I mentioned term loans,
Yes.
and I mentioned the Robs Act.
Yes.
And you could also do a home equity loan of credit if you need to,
Mm.
but we can't help you with that. That's the four. And we talked about Carolyn's win in Indiana. So,
Yes.
all right, we do this all day, every day.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I think that about wraps us up for today. So, thank you everybody for being here. Our next episode, we're going to actually go through a case study of one of our recent customers who got a significant amount of money through the syndicated line of credit. And we'll break that down and show why. Because some people don't get a lot and some people do get a lot. And we'll help you we'll show this and help you understand why she did get a lot, so that when
Mhm.
you work with us, you'll understand why we want to optimize your credit report and get everything as good as we can before we go to the market to get the funding for you. So that'll be a good
Yes.
one to look at next time. So
Yes. I can wait.
that'll be a good one. All right. So
Mhm.
until then, if the bank said no, Carol, what does that mean?
Call OTRO because we can help.
Okay. When the bank
Yes.
says no, is that the end of the road?
No, it's not the end of the road.
We just go on a different road.
Hmm.
All right.
Find more options.
Find more options. All right. I can hear the music starting. We got to go. Thanks, everybody.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.